What's going on here? Ryan Morgan, founder of the Acquisition Network, here to answer a couple of the frequently asked questions that people ask us about how does acquisition automation work? How does the Done With You program benefit you, the customer? So if you've gotten to this video, you probably have already learned a little bit about us, but you're still like in the process of trying to figure out how does it benefit you? What is it? How does it work? Like, why can't you do this on your own? How does it compare to the other services, products, and vendors out on the market today? So I'm just going to break it down. So for $25,000, we're going to help you find the deal, get access to a network of lenders, and manage the company for you using an hour a week of your time. So we're going to quickly go through all phases of the process so you fully understand what it is that you're getting, how you're benefiting from purchasing our service, and what you should expect when you hire our team. So number one, deal sourcing. So with deal sourcing, what we're doing is we're going out and finding companies that fit your buy box. So we have an onboarding call where we ask you about the types of companies that you're looking for, but in order to do that, first we need to understand what your experience is. We need to understand what your background entails so that we can help you to get approved through the underwriting process. So once we understand your buy box, then we can go to brokers and tell them about your box and get deals sent to us before they're ever listed on the market. Now, you may be saying, well, Ryan, why can't I just go to brokers on my own? And the reality is you can go to brokers on your own, but when you hire us and purchase our service, you're getting leverage because we have we have at least 12 people out speaking to brokers on a daily basis and have been doing this now for almost 2 years. So we have deep relationships with a network of brokers, so we're able to find deals faster, more efficiently because we've already opened the door and had the conversation with these brokers. We've signed the NDAs, and more importantly, because we represent a network of buyers at this point, I'm shooting this video, we have over 70 buyers. We're able to demonstrate authority and are able to provide substantial value to these brokers, so significantly more than you could as an individual buyer. And that's like throwing no shade on you in any way, but it's just the reality of, because we represent 70 buyers, we have the capability of completing transactions significantly faster and providing more leverage to an individual broker than you can. Because say a broker sends you 50 deals, you couldn't close all 50 of those deals, right? You could probably only close 1 to 3 at the most, right? But we are actually capable of closing 50 deals for that broker. So that's part of it, right? So, but it's not just dealing with brokers, right? We also get deal flow through LinkedIn, we get deal flow through marketing, and we do marketing on Facebook and Instagram. Like, a lot of deals that we find are through these network relationships, right? So every dollar that we spent in marketing, we've made $10 back. And so through that process, we've been able to collect a lot of data, right? We get people to raise their hand, give us their name, their number, their email, and a lot of them are interested in getting into the mergers and acquisition industry. So a lot of people that click on our ads aren't investors, they're actually sellers, or they're people that talk to sellers, right? Sometimes brokers click on our ads, or sometimes guys that aren't brokers but like deal with a bunch of business owners, like business consultants, insurance agents, right? Like cost reductions consultants. Like, these people click on our ads because they see that we have a network of buyers and they like value the opportunity to be able to take the relationships and bring them to our platform. So that's the advantage of hiring us. Once again, is you're getting the leverage of my M&A team that's going out and talking to sellers and brokers on a daily basis and have done so for years, and you have the leverage of all the buyers. We're also getting the leverage of all of the marketing that I've invested, like that I'm ongoingly investing. Like, every month now I'm spending $30,000 a month and I've been spending at least 10,000 a month for years, right? So I have a database of 20,000 leads. I have sales guys that are constantly calling those leads, creating relationships with them, obviously pitching our primary service. But if we speak to somebody and they have sellers, then that gets routed up to the M&A team, which creates significantly more deal flow. So you get the benefit of us reaching out to the brokers, you get the benefit of the marketing, both on Facebook and Instagram, but also on LinkedIn. And you're also getting the benefit of the subscription that we've created and are launching called the Acquisition Accelerator. So that is a training program where for just $100 a year, you're actually getting like a SaaS platform where people are getting 3 coaching calls a week that teach deal sourcing, marketing, and sales, right? And so the advantage of that subscription is that's going to allow us to cast a wider net through our database of 20,000 leads to teach more people about our network of buyers, what their individual buy boxes are, to build a network of deal scouts that are trained specifically for our platform. So we're in the process of launching that. We're actually developing our own mobile app in the App Store to productize the offering. We already have all the training built out. We have a video newsletter with over 3,500 meetings. Like I said, there's the standing coaching calls. We have the leads. Like I said, we're building a new app, and that's all going to get pushed out. And that's going to be able to create a network of deal scouts that bring in deal flow on behalf of the platform. So these are all things that you could do on your own, but obviously you're starting to see that there's a significant time, capital, and energy required in order to put all these components together. That, like, sure, you could do this on your own, you can talk to brokers, you can create your own digital product, you can build your own team, but you're gonna have to spend a lot of money and time in order to do that, right? So I've been working on this training program quite literally for more than 4 years. Like the actual content of like the marketing and sales, the case studies are based upon like over 6 years of work, actually 8 years of copywriting, like content, like proven processes that I'm selling for $100, right? So it's taken me like 8+ years to create the content that I'm selling, that I'm gonna be able to distribute in exchange for profit, in exchange for attention, in exchange for leverage of the people that are going out and doing this work on behalf of the platform. So like that's like a significant investment that you would have to make to be able to create that content, to understand the copyright, to create that expertise, right? And that's not even counting the expertise of all the people on my team, all the guys that have completed hundreds of acquisitions, billions of deals done for large companies like Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Coca-Cola, EY, you name it, right? So I have information and interviews from all those guys. Those are the guys that are going to be on the coaching calls. So that's all leverage. Those are all things that you're purchasing as when you subscribe to our Done With You service. You're getting the leverage of my marketing. You're getting the leverage from all the sales calls. You're getting the leverage from all the M&A guys in that digital $100 a year product, and you're getting the leverage of the fact that we are investing into marketing. That we just got approved for $650,000 in marketing, which is 3 times more than what we spent over the last 2 years. So you're getting all this leverage to create attention to fit your buy box. These are all things that gives you the capacity to reach more people faster, more efficiently with a one-time purchase of our service. So that's how we help you with the deal flow. Next is the lending. So with the lending, what you need for that is you obviously need a good deal, but you also need to be able to underwrite the deal. So that's the advantage of having a professional M&A team. You've got guys like Khalid, who worked at EY for 12 years, that can underwrite and like evaluate a business professionally. You've got Steve Johnson, who's a CFA, who's also our CFO, to evaluate the deal. You got Junior Guaze, who's done billions at Goldman Sachs, to evaluate the deals. Right, and then so these people like underwrite it so that when we present a deal to a lender, you don't look like you don't know what you're doing. It looks like you've thoroughly evaluated the opportunity, and the lender sees that it's a good deal, right? Like it's gonna pass the sniff test when you have our advisors present it. Now, next is negotiations, right? So you've got someone like David who's bought a business every year for the past decade, to negotiate with the seller, get the best terms on your behalf. That way you're not overpaying, you're not walking into a bad opportunity. So you've got the underwriters, you've got the negotiators, but then obviously you need the lenders. Now finding the lenders is very similar to finding deals. It's just marketing. There's no other way around it. You've got to just pound the pavement. You've got to create a lot of relationships. And some of my best lenders were sourced through the marketing, through the Facebook and Instagram ads, through the LinkedIn, through networking, through building relationships over years and years, following up, sales guys making calls through the database. Like I've got a call tomorrow with a group that's interested in funding us $50 million. Like she clicked on our ad 9.5 months ago, and then I had a sales guy, Austin, who I met because I was staying in an apartment complex, and I went to one guy and I said, hey man, do you know anyone who wants to invest in marketing? He said, hey, my client wants to do that. And then Austin ended up making calls for the company, and that's how I met Christy, who wants to fund us 50 million, right? So like people are like, how do you find the lenders? It's like, it's a combination of marketing, it's a combination of networking, it's a combination of the organization. So I've got a list of 30 plus lenders, private lenders, SBA lenders that we meet with on a weekly basis, that are expecting deals from us, that are expecting qualified buyers just like you, that are interested in moving forward. And obviously they make money by lending, right? So they're getting a benefit from our platform. And that's the other advantage of like, sure, you can go find our own lenders, but once again, you're just an individual buyer. So you got to understand the perspective of a lender. If there's a group, they've got 250 million to lend out, and they make 6% interest on every deal that they lend to, they'd much rather spend time talking to a group like mine that has 70 deals that they can lend to, which each deal is like 2.5 million, which is, 70 times 2 mil, like that's what, 140 million that they can lend. So they get 6% on 140 million. They'd rather spend time talking to me and my group than you, the individual that's just getting one deal done at 1.5 million, right? And so that's the competitive advantage that we're able to demonstrate to the market, which is why I already have a stable of lenders, but I consistently meet new lenders almost every week. And I've been recording this all, and it's available in the video newsletter. Right, I've got a new lender introduction tomorrow that I'm bringing to the table, and he DM'd me on LinkedIn. And the reason for that is because I have like over 9,000 followers on LinkedIn. I've been building my LinkedIn professionally for over a decade, and I've invested into multiple LinkedIn agencies to build my personal brand, and I have job postings on LinkedIn. So more and more people see my account, right? So that's how I'm able to find lending connections. Like we've invested into fundraising groups that introduce us to lenders, where we'll pay 10,000 here, and then Brock will introduce us to Clinton, and then introduce us to Becky, and then right, like those are all lenders, all connections that we had to pay for. We had to pay for through marketing. We had to pay consulting fees that when you purchase our service, you get access to day one, and then you get access to all the ongoing new lending connections and relationships and deal flow and buyer leverage to get the best terms, the best rates for you, the individual buyer. So these are all things that you're getting when you purchase our service. You're getting the deal flow, you're getting the lending connections, you're getting, like I said, the underwriters, the negotiators, the marketing, all the consulting fees that we paid for, you get, right? So that's how we're able to get you in front of significantly more lending options than you would on your own otherwise, and you're able to show up in a more professional way, even if you have your own lending connections, because we have the deal flow and we have the guys to underwrite and structure the deal so you look good when you do show up to the table. Now, the final piece I want to get to is the management. This is what, in my opinion, the calling card of what we do. There's a lot of people that offer deal sourcing services. There's a lot of people that offer lending introductions and offer to help negotiate and structure the deal, but there's pretty much nobody on the market today that's offering all three services at one: deal flow, lending, and management all in a single place. And that's what I really believe what separates us from everyone else in the market is the fact that we're willing to be your partner when the acquisition is completed, allowing you to have the peace of mind knowing that we're actually treating the opportunity like it is because we have a vested interest in completing the transaction. So we've got a whole stable of operators that have tons of experience of growing companies from 1 to 2 million, 1 to 5 million, 1 to 10 million, 10 to 100 plus million, right? Jim grew a company from 20 to 200 million in 4 years, managing 450 locations in 30 countries. His clients were Google, Intel, Adidas, IBM, and Tesla, right? Working with some of the biggest companies in the world, had dozens and dozens of managers reporting to him. Like the average manager that was working for him for a $200 million company was 26, right? So he was able to build a big organization at scale remotely. He's able to come in and oversee the growth of your business, right? You've got marketers. We've got guys like Charlie who spend 10 million a month on Facebook ads, who can come in and generate new leads. We've got Bob Johnson, right, that's managed $150 million P&Ls that helps with lead gen. We've got Jesse, who sends out 21 million emails every single month. You've got me, Ryan, who's spent done a 10x ROAS on every dollar spent on marketing over the last 5 years. We've got tons of operators. We've got EM, who grew a company from 5 to 75 mil. You've got Nicole, who grew a company from 1 to 175 mil. You've got Brian, who grew a company to multiple 8 figures. You've got Ty, who grew a company to multiple 8 figures. You've got Gary, who generated 500 million for AT&T. Right, the list goes on. We have a stable of operators already trained that are actively sourcing and are integrated with our team that are able to help you to walk through the entire acquisition process from start to finish. This is what truly separates us from everyone else in the industry, is the fact that we're willing to partner with you through the entire process. So how does this work? After we complete the acquisition, or like through the due diligence process, as a part of that due diligence process is we do an operational audit. So we actually do a site visit and we evaluate who's running the company, what is the key driving focus to make sure that the business is running in the most effective way, and how can we ensure that what is happening maintains status quo, but how can we improve it? How can we add new marketing channels? How can we implement a simple CRM to make the company more profitable? How can we take what we've learned from organizations that we've grown to hundreds of millions and put it into a business that's worth 2.5 million, to make it more efficient, to make it more effective, to make it more profitable, to help it to grow? We've got a network of operators that are willing to walk with you through the entire process, right? So we do an operational audit before we ever acquire the business. Then we oversee one of the general managers. We help actually promote that general manager, help them feel more involved with the organization as an owner. We actually give them institutional training from our higher level organization, helping that manager to see the bigger picture of what it is that we have to offer, not just looking at the individual company. We're showing, hey, if you're able to perform on this company, we're able to help you acquire business in the future, help you to sell this company for a multiple so that you can get larger dividends rather than just your existing salary. Okay, and so we meet with you on a weekly basis, going over all the different operational strategies, all the different marketing channels, all the different lead gen systems that we're able to implement, put in place to help your company become more profitable. And what it's all designed to do is to structure the business so that it can maximize for an exit in 3 to 5 years. Now, I know a lot of clients are purchasing these businesses just to replace your existing job, but the way you really do that to create wealth in the acquisition industry is to be able to exit. And so if you can acquire a business, make it more profitable, cash flow, show significant growth, and exit for a multiple, that's how you're going to be able to do significantly more than replace your job. So I want you to think of it this way. You pay $25K for our service, you put up $250K as a down payment to acquire a business that's cash flowing you $330 a year, right? Now your existing job is being replaced, and then while that's being done, you're growing the business, and then you're able to take that 250 and sell the business. You got 80% of the business that's worth 2.5 mil. right? And then in 5 years, you're able to sell that business for 3.7 mil, right? So you spent 25K on the service, 250 as a down payment. You created 330 in cash flow annually. You do that times 4, right? You pocketed 330 4 times. You made 1.2 mil in cash flow, and then you sold the business for 3.7. You got 80% of that 3.7, which is leaving you with what, like a few mil, 2.5 plus mil on top of the 1.2 that you made in cash flow for a 250 down payment, right? This is why you get an acquisition gain, and then you have that liquidity, and then you can use that 2 mil to get into now a bigger business, right? And so like that's everything that we're offering you in our service, right? There's a lot of people that just offer you training. There's a lot of people that source deals, and then it's up to you to figure out what happens afterwards. When you work with us, we know exactly how to grow the business, how to make it more profitable, but we also know exactly what the next buyer is going to want in order to give you that exit payday, right? Because we already work with those private equity groups. We work with those family offices that are looking for bigger businesses. So they don't want to get in at 2.5. They want 5 businesses valued at 5 mil, and then they'll buy that full bundle for 30 mil, right? And so if you can be a part of that bundle, now you get a bigger liquidity chunk than you would, once again, if you tried to sell it all on your own individually through a broker. And so that's another advantage that you get when you purchase our service is you get your business structured in a way where it's a part of a bigger entity where you can get a higher multiple and you're able to increase the ability to create long-term cash flow and liquidity, which provides you with significantly more wealth opportunities in the long run. So just to summarize, guys, what do you get when you purchase our Done With You services? You get deal sourcing, you get the leverage of all the relationships, from talking to the brokers, from the marketing, from the subscription and training platform build that we're developing. You get all of the lending relationships that we have today and the new ones that continuously come to the platform. And you get the management. You get the leverage from all of the operators that have tons of experience in growing businesses, but you also get the leverage from the portfolio of the other clients that are opting into the same service. So 5 years from now, when a group of our clients are all selling at the same time, they're able to sell for a bundle, which gives you the opportunity for a higher multiple, right? So if you try to sell your business, say you try to do this all on your own, you buy a business at 2.5, you do your marketing, your management, and you're able to sell the business for 3.5, right? And you get, that's a decent win, but you can get a higher multiple is if you had your business a part of an exit. If there was 5 businesses exiting for 30 mil, now instead of you getting 3.5, you're getting more than 6 mil per business, right? And so you could do that through economies of scale, through vertical integration, through leverage buyouts, through the process that we're putting in place, right? When you're able to bundle companies, you're able to get higher returns, higher valuations, which is more profitability for you, the buyer, right? And so that's the advantage of actually giving us that 20%, is if we're able to bundle and grow the companies and put it together so that a bigger buyer gets them all together, now you're able to make significantly more at 80% than if you did it all on your own at 100%. So these are all reasons why clients opt into for our service. It sounds like a lot to pay 25K up front and to give 20% on the back end, but when you think about all of the levers that you're getting, you're actually saving money, because we're spending $80,000 a month in overhead to put this all together, right? It's very expensive to generate significant deal flow, to get in front of lenders, to manage all of these companies in a single place. It's a lot of leverage. There's a lot of time it takes to put this together, and you get a lot of education as well when you go through this process with a group rather than trying to do this all on your own. So I hope you got great value understanding the entire process from start to finish with our Done With You program. We help with sourcing the deals, connecting you to lenders, and managing the company and structuring the exit so you can maximize for the highest multiple. So you're in position to do it again with more leverage than you ever did before. So like remember, that's the biggest part of the game that we try to stress to our clients is when you're able to show that you're able to buy a business and exit successfully, now it's significantly easier for you to buy the next one. You're able to get much better terms, use much less liquidity, even though you have liquidity. Like that's like the strangest thing with banks and lenders is they always want to give money to the people that don't need it. So if you're able to surround yourself with other like-minded individuals that have cash flowing assets, that have equity, that are able to exit successfully together, now we're able to complete more raises. And that's the other advantage that you get when you hire our team is you're getting our team, our system as it's constituted today, which is valuable in its own right. You've got the team that has the experience, you've got the digital product, you've got the marketing, you've got the lenders, you've got the operators, but you're getting the leverage of the fact that we're building a tech platform that's actively raising capital that's going to be able to contribute to completing down payments, assistance, lending to your companies, helping with leverage buyouts. Right, so we're actively raising money, $5 million for operations to accelerate the platform build, the education, the deal sourcing. But we're also, like as I mentioned, we have 3 different lending sources that are interested in investing $50 million with us. Right, within 12 to 24 months, we can easily have 150 to 250 million raised for our platform, which gives us significantly more leverage to help you, the individual client, right? So you hire us $25K to get access to our ecosystem. 12 months from now, we have 150 mil, and we're able to lend to you. We're able to make down payments. We're able to structure things in a way that where you're able to get significantly more leverage, right? So go out in the market and try to raise 150 mil, and you're going to see it's going to cost you a lot of time. You're going to need a lot of good people around you. You're going to have to pitch a lot of investors. You're going to have to invest a lot of energy and effort in order to put that together. You hire us, you get access to our entire ecosystem. You see the video newsletter we post 3 times a day where you can see, like I said, I have a meeting for 50 mil tomorrow that's going to be posted in the newsletter. We have bi-weekly meetings where you get transparent updates as to exactly how the platform is growing to benefit you, and you pay us one time, you get access to all this leverage, and now you've got a partner to walk with you every step of the way. So I hope you got great value in this explanation, breaking down the Done With You acquisition service, where we help you with the deal flow, the lending, and the asset management. And if you're interested in learning more, feel free to reach out to one of our consultants and schedule a free consultation today. My name is Ryan Morgan, founder of the Acquisition Network. Everything we do is designed to create a world where buying and selling businesses is as simple and easy as pushing a button. And that's one thing I really want to stress to you is right now we're raising capital to take our MVP app live, where we can launch our 100-year subscription. Well, like I said, we've got the training on the sourcing deals, training on our marketing and sales. You get the video newsletter, 3 coaching calls a week. But what I'm really raising money for is for the AI tools. We're developing AI tools for deal sourcing. We already have a live valuation calculator. We already have a LOI that's an AI that spits out LOIs, underwrites the deal, gives an offer quickly and easily. We've got a lending portal that we're developing. We're developing an AI tutor that can walk you through the entire process, that gives you resource guides. That's another thing that's included in our 100-year subscription. 42 different resource guides, from evaluation calculators to financial models to marketing templates, sales contracts, LOI templates. All that's included in the subscription, right? And like I said, we're developing AI tools to accelerate the ability for our team to execute, but also for you to be able to execute. That's the real value of the Done With You program, is you've got a team to walk with you and to hold you accountable, but we're empowering you with the tools so that you're able to complete these transactions on your own, right? We're also developing a task planner where you're able to assign projects with one another, assign projects with our team. We're developing, we even have like our own digital currency that we're building out, guys. Like, we're thinking so far in the future. I was meeting with one of the only African American investment banks that have taken multiple companies public. These are all things that you get to benefit from for subscribing to our service, guys. It's like, this company goes public 5 years, and you've got access to we have hundreds of millions in liquidity, and we're able to lend. We have the fintech, and we've got the AI tools. We've got thousands of deal scouts that are both bringing businesses to the platform. We've got a B2B consulting platform where we're consulting hundreds, if not thousands, of companies directly through our platform. These are all things that you get to benefit from for subscribing right now for a one-time purchase of $25K. So it sounds like a lot. Sometimes when you compare it to other opportunities in the market, you can go buy a course and do it all on your own. But it really just comes down to how do you value your time and how many deals are you trying to get done in the next year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You'll see that our model, it scales significantly, and there's already been millions of dollars and tens, if not hundreds of hours invested into building what we've already put together today that offers significant value if you decide to purchase our service today. But you'll get significantly more value 90 days from now, right? Because we've hired a team that's going to be sending our deck out to 40,000 investors to raise the 5 mil. We've got a meeting tomorrow for 50 mil. We've got assets that we're negotiating to put under management to give us more leverage. We just signed an agreement for 650,000 in marketing. We already have a database of 20,000 leads. We're launching a subscription that's taken us years to build out, right? There's so much leverage. We've added multiple advisors and partners. I've given equity away to multiple partners that have completed hundreds of millions in transactions. You don't have to worry about any of this. You don't have to worry about the fact that I just added a new CMO that managed 150 million P&L. You don't have to worry about the fact that I just added a new product manager that's generated $800 million